Hello everyone, this is Shannon from That's So Poe, and today I am doing my TBR for the Lovember Readathon, which is hosted by Becca at ReadBecca. I will link all of the information about the readathon below. It is a pretty low-key readathon focused on romance books that is running from November 12th through 26th this year, and I am so excited to read these books and just participate. I always love when Becca runs Lovember, so let's go ahead and talk about what's on my TBR. So the first prompt for Lovember is to pick a book based on your favorite quote or lyric on love. So I have picked a quote from the poem Tamerlane by Edgar Allan Poe, which I actually just recently buddy read with Becca. We're doing a read through of all of Edgar Allan Poe's works, and I just really liked this quote and I thought it was a great one to use for this prompt. We grew in age and love together, roaming the forest and the wild, my breast her shield in wintry weather, and when the friendly sunshine smiled and she would mark the opening skies, I saw no heaven but in her eyes. So for this quote, the book that I chose is Something Wild and Wonderful by Anita Kelly, which is a grumpy sunshine male-male romance about these two men who are kind of separately hiking the Pacific Coast Trail but keep running into each other and something starts to form. I think that this sounds just like a really sweet book that also has characters who are going through some things, but that idea of them being on the trail, one of them being a sunshine character, I thought really worked for this quote. The next prompt is favorite color on the cover. My favorite colors are green and pink, so I decided to go with Make a Scene by Mimi Grace, which has kind of a pink background along with some green in the plants. Plus, it also has bread on the cover. And while bread is not a color, the kind of light golden brown color of freshly baked bread is just such a fantastic thing in life. So the fact that this also has a ton of bread on the cover is kind of fitting in the prompt as well. So this is a story about a baker who decides to convince her next door kind of boxing gym owner to fake date her in order to be her date on a wedding that she's going to that is her ex and her cousin getting married, and she just wants to show up with a boyfriend who apparently adores her and just not feel a little bit out of place. I love the fake dating trope. I love baking, and so anything about a baker, I think this is going to be just a lot of fun. The next prompt is a favorite vacation destination. For this, I decided to choose Return to Love by Leonor Soliz. This is actually a road trip romance. So I love going and traveling to so many places, but one of my favorite types of travel destinations is, in a sense, not a destination, it's a road trip. I love road trips so much. So I thought it would be really fun to choose a road trip romance. This is a friends to lovers road trip romance where they kind of, they're in close quarters, and even though they've been friends for a long time, there's something more that happens while they're on this road trip. This is a novella, and it is something that I wanted to pick up because I recently discovered Leonor Soliz due to Cynthia at BookWhimsy's author spotlight on her. I'll link that below, and now I kind of want to go and read all of Leonor Soliz's works, so I'm excited about this one. The next prompt is favorite holiday or season, and the truth is I love basically every holiday. I love celebrating things so much, but probably the holiday that I go the most out on is Christmas. I love Christmas. I always get a live tree, and Sush and I decorate it together, and we do gingerbread houses. I play Christmas music nonstop for all of December. We do, Christmas presents under the tree and stockings and all the things. So Christmas is definitely really a top tier holiday. And there are so many great Christmas romances out there. So the one that I decided to pick up is Christmas in Rose Bend by Naima Simone. This is a romance that I heard about from Olivia-Savannah at Olivia's Catastrophe, who I will link below. And it is sort of a grumpy heroine who is dealing with some grief and some family issues, ends up going to this small town Rose Bend with her younger sister. And while she's there, ends up kind of, being swayed by the holiday cheer of this small town and maybe falling for the innkeeper's son. And a bonus prompt is to continue a favorite series or author's works. And for this, I decided to go with His Perfect Partner by Priscilla Oliveras. I have been loving Priscilla Oliveras' Queens of Mariachi series, which are basically Shakespeare retellings set in contemporary Texas about a bunch of women who are in a mariachi band. It starts with West Side Love Story, and I'm loving that series. So I want to go and read some of the other books by Oliveras. So His Perfect Partner is about Tomas, who is divorced and has a daughter who he wants to support, but he's also very, very career focused. And his daughter is taking some dance lessons, and he finds himself really falling for Yasmin, the dance instructor, who has been burned by workaholic guys in the past and really wants to focus on her own career. Okay, so those are the books that are on my TBR for Lovember. There's some other romance novels that I have kind of hanging out around from the library that I might also get to, but we will see. It's only a short readathon, just 2 weeks long, so we'll see how many of these I get to, but I'm really excited. It's always great to have a readathon that prompts you to pick up those books you've been meaning to get to anyway, and I really do love romance novels. So I'm excited to read this and excited also to see what Becca picks up, and if anybody else is participating in Lovember, I'd love to hear what books you're picking up. Yeah, this is just such a fun readathon, and I'm really looking forward to it. If you want to chat about anything related to Lovember or romance novels or anything like that, go ahead and leave me a comment down below.